Hey, good morning, everybody. No music this morning. Running a little bit late here, so I just wanted to check in with you. Just got back from New York yesterday. Had a good couple of days doing some media there, but I'm back in the seat, back into action today. Um, Listen, you know what? What can you do? You can't fight a bull market with some strong momentum like we've had lately, and even a pullback that we saw late last week was enough to get the dip buyers off the sidelines and start buying stocks again. So, all I'm going to tell you this is right now is just to continue doing what you're doing, reducing risk, looking for opportunities, keeping some protection on. And I know the puts didn't do well yesterday. I have some that got blasted yesterday too. I don't really care because it allowed me to add more call plays yesterday, as long as I have that protection on. Now I did take some of those puts off yesterday early morning fortunately got lucky before the market started to rally. And I still have some puts on right now. Who knows if they're going to be doing well today. But the point is raise some cash, keep some firepower there in case there is a pullback, which we don't know what it's going to become coming around to. Yesterday, I talked with Josh Lipton on Yahoo Finance, and he reiterated my point about volatility being low and that it's time to be a little bit more cautious right now. You just don't know when these uncertainties are going to arise and become relevant and important, right? Remember something, we're at an moderately overbought condition right now. We've been up 7 out of the last 8 days in a row, so we're fairly overbought on a price level. That is simply a condition. It's not a signal. So just because we're overbought doesn't mean that okay, we have to start looking for short plays or shorting the market or buying puts or something like that, right? You have to wait for that signal to hit, and that signal comes when prices come down and then they confirm to the downside, right? Volume hasn't been all that great. Breadth hasn't been all that great. We did have positive breadth yesterday, barely 15 to 11 on the positive side. The internals have not been great with this market rally over the past couple of weeks. But again, you know what? We have to defer to the price action as the most important indicator right now. Volume as well. Volume's been pretty decent. We've had a couple of accumulation days over the past week and a half, which is bullish. Price action has been good, and as long as the price action is positive is good, we're going to err on the side of that indicator right there. So today we had some earnings out this morning from Delta, which were pretty good. And it looks like they raised guidance. Stock's up a little bit. We also had some earnings from Pepsi, which beat on the revenue and the earnings side. I think they're up a little bit this morning. Last I looked. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it looks like it's up about $1 and change or $1.70. Delta, DAL is a symbol there. It's up about, nice, $4 today, about 8% on Delta. So the stock often does well and then sells off after the earnings come out. So next week, don't forget we have a big slate of earnings coming out, starting with the banks on Tuesday. JP Morgan, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley are going to be coming out next week. So those are pretty strong earnings. And we think that they're going to do very, very well over the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye on that. As far as some of the smaller names that we've been talking about include, Cipher, CIFR, Irene, IR Energy, IREN has been real strong. New name that we've been talking about, actually, Leanne in the room and Chris bought in the service, which is Arista Networks, ANET. Take a look at that one. Stock's about $158 right now. Looks like it's going to go higher. And a couple of names that I talked about earlier this week on Yahoo Finance: Google, Microsoft. Google and Microsoft. And then earlier in the week on CNBC, if you caught the Market Navigator, I talked about Coinbase, COIN. So take a look at those. And I think for right now, we're going to lay it down. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks very much for spending a little bit of time with me today. And we'll be back on Monday with a little bit more comprehensive talk about the markets, Chair Powell spoke this morning. He didn't really give up a whole lot about the economy, about Fed policy, and we're still looking for a couple more rate cuts in 2025. A couple of committee members earlier in the week mentioned that that's probably going to be the case. So again, see you guys all Monday. Trade well today, trade well tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.